Hey everyone, we've got Darius Taylor here. If you have a question for him, please raise your hand. I'll call. Spencer Nussbaum, we'll start with you. Go ahead.
Hey Coach, happy anniversary. How are you doing today?
Oh, thanks, Spencer. I'm doing great. You?
Doing well. I just wanted to ask about Courtney Williams. Obviously, she was an all-star in the first half. What sort of things are you guys planning on doing to continue putting her in situations where she'll be successful?
Well, Courtney is Courtney. So, she's going to continue to do what she does well, which is, play in the mid-range. We're going to run a lot of the same sets for her to get the ball where she's deadly. And then when we add, added weapons with Tiffany Hayes being back and Candice Dupree on the floor, that just opens it up more for her. So teams can't key in on her defensively alone. So teams will have to play us a little more honest. So, it's not going to be much to do differently for Courtney. She's just going to continue to pick her spots and find her shots where she is deadly, especially in the mid-range.
B. Terrell, go ahead.
Good afternoon, Coach. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing well. So obviously you're your own coach, but you've had the opportunity to work with some amazing head coaches, as well as including your wife. What have you taken from each of them to develop your own coaching philosophy?
That's a good question. Even from my days from working for USA Basketball, where I was, a manager, I watched some really good coaches on the men's and women's side. So I think the biggest thing is organization, preparation, being disciplined, and emphasize, you are what you practice. So emphasizing those things that you need to get better at in practice, that's what you're going to get what you emphasize. So, from working with Dawn, where, she was really big on discipline and defense. I learned some of that stuff from that. My wife is also a disciplined person, a very well thought out preparation and plan type person. So some of the things you wouldn't even think of that coaches would think about, she does. Her processing of, every little detail down from socks to just how we're going to line up and warm up, like really detailed. So those two probably stick out the most because that's who I've been most recently, my wife. And then I obviously before, getting married, working with Dawn, those stick out the most. But like I said, I've worked with a lot of great coaches in the past, working with Nikki. Nikki was really big on, preparation and details as well, and analytics. Mike the same way. And then also, like I said, with USA Basketball, I've worked under, Van Chancellor and, Calvin Sampson and Quinn Snyder. So a lot of different coaches. I've just picked up bits and pieces from, whether it be a rebounding drill, a defensive drill, and things like that.
Spencer, back to you.
Yeah, with Cheyenne out in the second half of the season, how much confidence does it give you as a coach that you're able to kind of plug and play three really strong veterans in, Elizabeth Williams, Candice Dupree, and Tiana Hawkins?
We feel really good. They've been practicing well together since we've gotten back together and getting the feel for each other. They're veterans. They're always ready to play and ready to step up. They've been playing this game a long time, so they know how to play. So I feel good about, what we have still in the post. And you can't forget just the energy that Mo Billings brings, and then our versatility of sometimes being able to go small.
And last question, Sue Favor. Go ahead.
Hey, hi, Coach Darius. Just from what you have added, the way the lineup has changed since in the second half of the season, I know you've had a few days to kind of look at what you've got now. What are some of the main differences, chemistry-wise and maybe otherwise, that you've seen coming along, and what are in the last few days that you've been back, and what are some things that you guys are still looking to work on as you go forward into the next part of the season?
Well, I think, coming back, a break was needed for everybody. I think it was, it's kind of like a restart. You get to hit the restart button. And so the players have come back with good energy. And a lot of times that's a given because no minutes have been handed out yet. But I also think that, they have been really professional in how they've approached practice, how they've been working on the things that we need to be better at. You know, if you've played basketball on good teams and bad teams, you know what the ingredients are. So I think that them understanding the things that we need to get better at, you know, communication, defense, transition defense, especially, you know, those are things that we're going to continue to harp on and grind on. I think the offense will take care of itself. We got players that can score and make plays. So I don't worry about the offense as much, but the defensive part, you know, I just, you know, looking at where we are in the statistics, like we have to improve to win ball games. So we have to improve in all areas defensively. And so that's been the main focus a lot in practice, a lot of defense, a lot of reps, and a lot of, you know, just getting better.
All right. Thank you so much, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, everybody, we've got Tiana Hawkins here. If you have a question for her, please raise your hand. I'll call on you. B. Terrell, go ahead.
Hey, Tiana, how are you? Good afternoon.
Hello, how are you?
Doing well. How has this All-Star, well, the Olympic break been for you? And what was it like being able to, I guess, or how has it been able to kind of recharge?
It's been good. I had the opportunity to just sit down and just completely disconnect from basketball and just get around my family, see my son. So that was really good for me. You know, just being able to refocus from a mental standpoint. It's safe to say that everyone was able to do the same, because this week has been incredible as far as practices, the energy, the atmosphere, you know, just everything clicking right now.
Again, if you're just joining and you have a question for Tiana, please raise your hand. I'll call on you. Cool. If no more questions, we'll call it good.
Short and sweet. Thank you.